Yo, Rolling Loud came out, and there's some people on there, but you weren't on there. How do you feel about that?
Young bass guy, and I'm bass with the Martians, 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 Martians.
All right, it's your boy, Mars 3 times. This is the Mars Files, powered by, live on 1 AM radio, powered by Dash Radio. I've done that 3 times. You think I'd have gotten it by now? All right, today I'm here with a special guest. Last minute addition to the interviews that I'm doing today, but a family of the show essentially, because you've really seen every single part of the Mars Files. You've seen it in Keem's room, you've seen it in his room, and now we're here. It could be the final destination. Who knows what happens in the future? Maybe we'll have a 4th one somewhere else, but who knows? I'm here with Kid Adamz. What's good, bro? How you doing?
What's good, bro? I'm chilling, man. Y'all ready?
I feel it, man. Out here, big flexed up, living in LA now for a little bit.
Yeah, just trying to really expand. I knew this was a good opportunity to come out here, just, get good with the music, get familiar with the locals, and just try to get everything going. Same thing I was doing in the crib, come bring it out here,
I feel it. I mean, how is back home? I mean, right now, how long you been out here? But I know you've been out here for what, like a month or a couple weeks?
It's about to go on a month, I guess.
Word. How's back home?
Back home is, it's always the crib, man. It's sunshine, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of this, a lot of that, but I just felt like it was time for me to just, really expand and see where I could take my sound, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody is familiar with it down there, and it's like, okay, well, what you got next, kid? They already waiting for it. So let me try to go market myself where a lot of people not familiar, where it's obviously a bigger market, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel honestly like I love the Florida sound, the South Florida sound. I love the Miami sound, but I feel like my sound is a little bigger, and I need to start putting it in different areas. So that's just the whole strategic.
Word. No, definitely. I feel it 100%. I definitely think it's a good move, and I recommend everybody back home to fucking come out here. I mean, if anything, for a week, just feel it out, because really, just opportunities end up falling in your lap out here. Opportunity is in abundance, and I think that's the biggest difference between here and back home. Back home, you kind of have to make an opportunity. Yeah. And out here, there's just hella extra opportunity.
Yeah, just literally just hanging around, just waiting for you. And it's just, if you are in the right spot, talk to the right person, because you never know who's who out here. You rub shoulders with the right people, you find out who's who, and you're in a whole different market now. So that I feel like just knowing that alone is what kind of driven me to really feel like, okay, I need to be out here. And another thing is my manager Mark too. He was a big reason for me too, because I really wouldn't have no reason out here as far as stay and all that if it wasn't for him. So I'm highly grateful for that, and we making things move. So honestly, I'm trying to make the most out of this trip, and you know what I'm saying. Actually, I'm gonna be. I wasn't trying to say it, but I'm gonna be here for the year, later on, you know what I'm saying, for a while. So just I don't know if you seen when I was in Atlanta last year, but I was in there for at least 6 months out the year. So
how did it go in Atlanta?
It was good, I made a lot of good connections, I could say. I left an imprint, I built a little following out there, and I got my peoples out there pushing my name as well too. So I feel like even when I come back, I'm gonna be good. So just knowing that alone, it's okay, they ready for me whenever. I still got a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing what I can right now, and I got my peoples with me, so we good,
Definitely. I noticed you got a face test since the last time we talked. What made you do it?
It was I was going through a lot of changes, like the moon and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was just phases I was going through, dog. I really was, you remember, I was going through my whole shit with my ex, and, that was, a whole just new awakening for me, because I realized a lot of things, the people that was around, the things I was going through, it was either I felt like that was holding me back, or I was holding me back. And 9 times out of 10, when you wake up, you look yourself in the mirror, it's really you. You can't use people as an excuse. So when I got the moon, it was really to symbolize my phases, what I went through, whether it was in a relationship or whether it was with friends or whether it was myself, you know what I'm saying, to realize when you wake up, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be a new person every time. Every time you changing every day, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta realize that and you gotta accept that. So that's what that is.
Yeah. Yo, Rolling Loud came out, and there's some people on there, but you weren't on there. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's, I appreciate the fact that they got a lot of artists actually from the crib on there, like Iceberg, you know what I'm saying? They really got a lot of the people that felt should have been on there, but, it's a time and place for everything. If it's not my place now, it'll be soon. I'm not really,
You weren't salty?
No, not at first, you know what I'm saying? Because it was you know, it's the crib at the end of the day, so it really don't matter. And if anything, I feel like with the things that I'm doing right now, I might pop up on stage 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, I ain't really tripping on it. Salute to the people that are on the list. You know what I'm saying? From the crib, they already know they're gonna hold it down and represent. So that ain't nothing.
That's such a political answer. If I was you, I'd be nah, I'm hot. The fuck,
but you
the
know,
fuck, Rolling Loud.
But nah, I can't even say that because it's like, you know, it's a business at the end of the day, right? That's what one thing we talked about that in the last one. You was like, you can't really blame, you know, because it's a business at the end of the day. A lot of the people that are on the stage probably, you know, were presented with the opportunity and they pay for it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that because that is the biggest outlet you can get as far as a rapper, as far as being a rapper. So I totally understand. But honestly, I feel like with the moves I'm making right now, dog, if I don't end up on the stage, if I don't end up on Rolling Loud, it's going to be another festival. You know what I'm saying? There's 100 festivals out here with 100 million crowds just like Rolling Loud. They're just obviously the biggest ones. So, you know, but I feel like I got the talent to be on some stage, and I will, you know. Salute, like I said, because I'm coming from one of them stages, boy. I promise you. No cap. Yo, no cap. I'm coming.
All right, let's play one of your songs real quick. I just pulled up a random one on YouTube. So let's get into this, and then we'll come right back. All right, and we're back. Yo, so, I mean, you were saying earlier about your ex, like, what happened?
A lot, you know, life, ups and downs. Should I really talk about it? I guess I should.
Get it off your chest, baby. Let's talk about it.
A lot, man. You know, abortions and all types of craziness, you know what I'm saying? Going through phones and just a lot of just, you know, things that as an artist, you know, trying to be focused on my career, I probably shouldn't have been dealing with, you know, but it's on, you know, it happens to the best of us. So at the end of the day, I just had to, you know, swallow that pill and just keep it moving. But at the same time, like, it was a lot of things that was happening post-relationship that was just like, you know, who's a good and bad person, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I felt like on my end, I was trying to be the good guy. The relationship is over. I still want to be friends. We could, you know, maintain a healthy, like, friendship, I guess, and everything. Just trying to be a good guy, you know what I'm saying? And that was the initial approach on everything, and everything was good, you know, until we started talking about who the fuck, you know, who else, you know, what other girl I'm fucking and whatever, you know, all that type of shit. And at first it was just a whole big thing. We got over it, and, you know, that became the whole focal point of why we really broke up, or not really broke up, but really stopped talking. And then it just got worse after that, you know, like I was getting messages like, you know, you ain't shit and all types of, you know. So it just got bad, and I was at a point where I needed to be completely focused on my music because that was, you know, what was driving me, was keeping me going. Like, I couldn't, you know, and it was literally affecting me, you know, because I never really got over the whole abortion thing, and it was like crazy because it hit us both, and our parents didn't even know, and it was real deep, you know what I mean? Like, especially because, you know, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like, before the whole thing happened, I was like, we talked about it, and it was one thing that was supposed to, you know, that was supposed to be one thing that we both agreed on. I guess, you know, obviously we both didn't feel that way, so that ended up like, you know, so I took a big toll on that, and then got over that step, still tried to keep it going with her, keep it moving, and things got worse from that. So
I feel like it never works with exes. But like,
yeah, but at this, you know.
But it's like, okay, so at the same time, like, so I'm still kind of talking to my ex from like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's just so toxic. It's like so, but like, I enjoy it. It's fucked up. It's like drinking poison, you know. It's fucked. But it like it never works. And shout out, props to you for trying to like keep it friendly. But I feel like that just
it's not the good thing to do.
It's just not a thing.
It's a false hope, you know. After a while, you start realizing like maybe this is just not gonna work after all. And that's when I really can like. After the last moment when I realized it wasn't me, it wasn't what I was doing, it was just, you know, the control of the situation, and I just realized I had to go. Like, it was just, you know, you can't blame other people for circumstances that we were going through, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like once that started going on, it wasn't about what we were going on. It wasn't what we had going on. It was about what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, who I was dealing with, even though we're not in a relationship and we're just friends. So things like that, you're right. You just leave it to the past and then you move on. But legitimately, that ended up ruining a lot of relationships I have with other people. So at the end of the day, you know, I left a lot of things behind, you know.
Yeah, that sounds all bad. It sounds all bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's focus on some more positive things.
I know, right?
So apparently you were on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
When, where, why?
So what happened? It was It was a episode. I don't remember the exact episode. What I remember is that 7. Okay, it was episode 7.
Go check that out. Love and
Right.
Hip Hop. What, Miami?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess the scene was Gunplay. Because before the show came out, I just knew about, I don't even want to talk about it. But anyways, I was on the scene where he had his EP release, his album release party at some club. I forgot the name of it. And I was with him. He had me jump on stage, perform the song that we had together, which is Cap's Line. And they, it was like a set, we did that, and it was pretty cool. I didn't think that it would. I didn't really understand how it would come out, because that was my first time even doing anything with TV production. So I was just kind of just excited about the whole thing. Like, I didn't even get any footage, like no videos, no nothing. Even though they told us not to, like the people that were with us, they were all taking videos and everything. I'm just like, I was so in the moment that I didn't even want to take video. I was just so focused, and I was like, why am I being focused? The only thing I'm doing is just jumping on stage and acting like I'm really performing. The mic wasn't even real, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was just dope to be there,
Wait, so hold on. So explain that a little bit deeper.
Oh, yeah, the mic wasn't, like, it was real, don't get me wrong, but it was just so faint, like, it felt like it was like a one of those little stereos you bought from Walmart, like a karaoke. Yeah. It felt like it was a karaoke mic. That's what I performed with, but it didn't matter because I was on TV, so, you know what I'm saying? I promise, I didn't care. I was like, that was the whole moment for me, and I didn't even care about anything else after that. And then, that ended up happening, and then that happened deep in 2018, like, I'm going to say October or some weird date like that, you know what I'm saying? And it just came out, people started tagging me like, yo,
when did it come out?
Like 2-3 weeks ago? Approximately, like 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Have you noticed an uptick?
Not necessarily. I mean, a lot more people have been viewing. Like,
did you get like a little? Did they like put your name on the TV, like Kid
Adamz,
or just like
that. I wish, right?
It was just like guy performing.
Nah, what happened was you could hear my vocals as a scene cuts in. You can literally hear my like.
I don't even know if I've heard this Gunplay song.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Like,
I wanna pull it up because I wanna hear it. But I mean, yeah, keep talking about the experience.
Yeah, it was just as a scene. I just saw it one time as a scene cut in. You could hear like my part of the verse. I mean, my part of the hook where it goes, "Ain't no love on them cats."
How did you and Gunplay link up? I mean,
that was crazy.
You guys had a relationship or no? It's just like.
Let me tell you, bro, and it's weird, bro. To this day, I always tell him like, yo, it's weird. I don't know how he got my number. I think I know now, but I never confirmed it. But at the time, I did. I feel like I didn't. But he got my number some way somehow. He called me. I was with my ex. We was chilling and everything, and he calls me, and he's like, he doesn't even say who's it. He's like, yo, Kid Adamz. And I'm like, yo, who this? You know what I'm saying? He's like, this Gunplay, man. I'm just like, I start kind of like creeping out a little bit, because I'm first like, how the fuck did you get my number? And then I'm like, yo, this is Gunplay you on the phone with. Like, this is really Gunplay? Like, I'm like just bugging out a little bit. So I'm just like, yo, yeah, what's up? And he's like, yo, man, he was like, first and foremost, like, I want to let you know that I really, really like your music. That was just like one of the things that broke it for me. He was like, yo, I appreciate your music. He took the time to let me know. He respected the craft first, and then he let me know, like, he reached out. His people was telling him, like, because he said he had this song, and he was trying to figure out what voice would sound right on it with him or whatever. And he said someone in his camp referred me to him, and that's when he reached out. He was like, yo, like, yeah, I heard it was a performance that he saw me perform at previous to that, happening at a nightclub on the beach in Miami, and he was like, and the promoter that got me the show, he after my performance, he was like, yo, Gunplay wanna come holler at you or whatever. So I went over to his little table area, and he was like, yo, I respect your music, dog. I like what you was doing and everything. I was like, yo, bet. And we flicked it up or whatever, and that was it. So I guess from that night, whoever was around him was like, yo, you should get that kid on the song. So that's when he reached out to me, and that's when the magic happened. I recorded it that same day. No, kid you not. Like, you could ask, you could ask a lot of people.
You were like, yo, where are we at? Let's go. Let's do it right now.
He was like, yo, just drop the verse and send it back. And I did that within a day, So.
All right, let's hear it. I haven't heard it yet, so let's hear it. This is Gunplay featuring Kid Adamz, Caps Flying. So yeah, I was just telling you off air that that's fucking crazy that fucking Gunplay called your phone.
Yeah, that's some wild, like left ball shit. I fuck with,
I mean, it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy because, like, I'm sure, like, when you first started making music, like, you knew who Gunplay was.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
So good.
And then to get a phone call from bro, like, yo, let's make a song, is just like.
Yo, when I was 16, I reached out to his management, like, yo, I want to feature with Gunplay. So imagine how I felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fucking.
It's crazy and it's beautiful and it's like reassuring to know that like we're not like chasing something that's like out of our grasp, you know? Like that's kind of how I felt when I interviewed Adam. It was just like a full circle moment for me, you know? It was just like, yo, this is the dude that literally I watched his interviews and like tried to duplicate it. And then I got to have him sit here and got to talk to him, you know? It was just like one of those full circle moments that I'm sure that you felt with Gunplay because like you said, you reached out to him when you were 16 and it's like, it's like, yo, what the fuck? And it like, I don't know, it makes, it just, it's like beautiful to see. It's almost bringing a tear to my eye because it's just like, it's one of those moments that it's just like, yo, this shit's like, it's real, you know, and it's happening and it's just over time, it's progressively getting better and the camera stopped recording. Damn, you guys are on it. I appreciate that. The last two interviews I did, the camera kept stopping and people weren't paying attention. So I appreciate y'all paying attention. But yeah. Yo, are you still working with the Po? You were with Po Boy or whatever, right? Are you still working with them or?
No, I stopped that. It's still a good, healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in contact with them. You know, like they always let me know if I need resources. They got me. But as far as management, we parted ways. You feel me?
Okay. No, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No, I mean, it's just business. Honestly, like I respect Big Chuck as a businessman because of where he's gotten himself and his family and everything that he's doing and everything like that, and what he's done for me too. Honestly, because he's taught me a lot of things that I'm using right now, so I can't, bite the hand that feed. But at the same time, it's just when it comes to from a business aspect of being an artist and understanding what my brand is, I feel like that's where the disconnect really was. So. And that's important, No,
it's very important. I agree.
That's just where things really had to we had to part ways. But it's still, like I said, it's a healthy relationship, and I still rock with the man 100. So.
All right. So what's up with for those of you I guess that don't know, him and Kim and Tunde.
Yeah.
Were like not necessarily a duo, but you guys were two solo artists with dope sounds that came together and made Kid Tunde.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like how would I say it, man? Like Goku and Vegeta, man. Like basically, that's just exactly what it was.
Okay, and then I'm pretty sure on the last interview we were talking about Kid Tunde too.
Yeah.
That was like a year ago, probably.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen. Honestly, we still got records that we're working on. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, we have a lot of records, and at this point, it's more about sorting it out. But I don't think, honestly, as far as like us in our separate careers right now, it's probably not the right time to really be.
I mean, have you guys ever just thought about like becoming a duo?
A duo, that's okay. Let me tell you right there, right? It takes a lot of sacrifice, right? Yeah. Not only sacrifice, but you have to put a lot of things to the side for that to happen. Like a boy band and a girl band, like how you have to, it's a teamwork thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less about we have two separate teams. You know what I'm saying? You got the Kid team, you got the Tunde team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have his team pushing his team and my team pushing my team. If we really wanted to make something like that happen, you would literally have to put everybody together and make that like one huge circle, right? And that's literally, it's not impossible. It's possible, but we have our own lives. We got our own responsibilities. Everybody got their own things going on. So that's literally what I mean. You got to you have to put those things aside and come together as a unit. But we all know how hard that can be. So
yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just think you guys are like no homo, but like a power couple.
It was more like we was just them niggas, yo. Like, you feel me? And it's still that, you know what I'm saying? Like, big up son, cause he on his shit. He got that Rolling Loud stage, so he gonna pipe up. You feel me? But at the same time, like, I'm my own artist too. And honestly, at that point in our careers, we were more, like we weren't as seasoned as we are now.
Yeah, it was maybe even easier to link up because now there's shit moving for both of y'all in different directions.
And a lot of different directions. So it's like at the same time, it would be better, honestly, in my mind, if it did happen. But at the same time, I understand that everybody has to grow and everybody needs room to grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's more important than no, it's not as important. But I feel like in this part of my career, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for him. It's best if we just keep hustling.
Your own
right
thing.
now.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, just keep hustling. You ain't even doing your own thing. It's just hustling. Everybody hustling.
I feel it. You got a new single coming out?
Yes, sir.
In a couple of days, in a week. What is it? Week and a half?
2 weeks.
Manager knows.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 days. March 7th. You got a single coming out.
Yes, sir.
What's it called? Chips and Dip?
Chips and Dip.
Let's hear about it and talk about it. All All right, so that was Kid Adamz, Chips and Dips. So what's the idea behind that song?
Really, at that point, I was just pumping out records, yo, and I was getting beat packs from the producer who, shout out Christ, that's the producer of the beat. He was just sending me beats, dog, and I was just like cooking up. Like it was at a point I was just going through, going from Airbnb to Airbnb when I was in Miami, just, you know, going ham. Like I was just, you know, going in. This one was actually recorded in studio at the studio I usually record at, and I already had it actually prepared, but it was one of those things, I don't know, it just caught everybody's attention. Like, you know, I don't really keep track of the songs that we release as singles because I fuck with all my music, so it's kind of hard to, like, really know when a song is something that, you know, people really feel. So with this one, we just started letting people listen to it, and one by one, everybody was like, yo, like, of all the songs, all the vibes he got, like, yo, this one might be a little banger, you know what I'm saying? So once we already had the idea of us using that as a single, we started on the video, you know what I'm saying? And that's coming out too, so. You feel me? We just pre-planning everything, and that's actually like, and it's a very marketable song too. It's fun, it's uppity. I agree with that too. Like, I really think that's something that I love performing, so I would really have a lot of fun with that song and interacting with crowds. So, you know, it's just, I feel like you like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that a lot of other people like it too, just as much. So, you know.
I feel it. So I mean, what's the plan for this year? You got this single dropping in 10 days. I mean, what else you got coming? Just singles? You're focused on the singles, or?
You know, I was initially finna drop an EP. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole Kid Next Up campaign about, and I am, dog. But I feel like right now, my most important mission, I feel like, is to just build awareness. You know what I'm saying? So right now it's just, you know, building a catalog, releasing my different diverse songs, because, you know, I be using my voice too, so I'm gonna try to start releasing records like that too, and just make it more like in a rotation where people can consistently expect music from me, and it's gonna be a vibe. It's always gonna be a vibe while building my numbers, you know. So that's my main plan right now, and then once I can really catch some fire, which is definitely expected, I'm gonna drop an EP on them. It's already done, like literally sitting and waiting.
Yeah, have any labels reached out to you yet?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna just say yeah. I have. But I'm not gonna really say no names, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to say that, but like, yeah, people have been reaching out, and
what are they talking about?
You know, I think that's confidential. I don't really want to speak about it.
I mean, you don't have to say who's talking about what.
I gotta say what they talking about?
I mean, you don't have to say anything.
Okay.
You don't want to say it, you don't gotta say anything.
But, all right, so it's just, you know, they're interested. I can just say that. They're interested, and it's facts. So right now, it's really about it's crunch time for me. It's more or less about doing what I say and putting that action behind it. So.
Word. What's the first song people should listen to by you?
The first song.
Yeah, what's the best introduction to Kid Adamz?
Okay, those are two very different questions. The first song I feel like people should listen to by me that's out right now. It's probably Sega. No. That's the first song that people should listen to. The best song that I think that's out that I enjoy, that I feel like a lot of people might, is It's crazy. It's crazy. It was really not, though. It's just like, you know, it's called Gushy. You know Gushy, right? Everybody fucking loves that song, yo. With Tunde, everybody loves that song, yo. I would think that would probably, if you would want to get a clear-cut definition of what my sound is, how I rap, my rap style, that's definitely the song. You know what I mean? Word.
You have any advice for kids, like, especially in Florida where there's not a lot of opportunities? Like, any advice for them? Like, what? Because this is something I struggle with, too, is, like, sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'm like, like,
that's a real feeling.
Like it, you know, like even just the sound of it, it's just like, damn, I got to do this again. Like, is anything working? Is it happening? I mean, even after you check a goal off your checklist, it's still like, what now? Like, I mean, what advice do you have to people trying to do what you're doing to keep going? Like, what's the best advice you have?
I feel like, man, if you're not excited about what you're doing every moment that you're doing it, then you shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of people, you know, come to me and they're like, yo, I want to start rapping, and I love it, you know, because it shows that people are creative these days, and you know, you got to respect it. But at the same time, I feel like willpower is what a lot of people lack, and, you know, that motivation and determination. So those parts of the things is what you got to build in yourself. Like, when you see your hobby and you want to turn it into a career or whatever it is, and you like, you know you got to spend hours at it every day, then you have to spend hours at it every day. There's no way around it, you know what I'm saying? Especially with opportunities. A lot of the opportunities, you know, like, how do they say it? you got to know somebody that knows somebody. And that's not a hard thing to do. You have to know that somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to go out. You got to meet people. Like, I've been so close-minded to that within the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Just opening, well, I would say, like, yeah, the last, like, from 2016 to 2017, I was really close from that. But within the last 2 years, me doing that, me trying to just get into different spots and just find out what's new or what's popping and just, you know, find out what's going on. Just, you know, that need to do that with the addition of my passion for music just got me into a lot of different places, you know. And I feel like a lot of people need to be hungry like that, you know. I think a lot of these cats that's coming out, you know, we want to start rapping and they quit because they don't have that hunger. And I feel like I never lost that. Like, I'm skinny. I be feeling like I'm literally hungry with this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm hungry right now. But you don't wake up sometimes like, damn, is it all worth it? Or that never crosses your mind?
You know, at the moments, I think those moments only cross my mind when the people that I want to believe in me so much, like, when I feel doubt from them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the only time. As far as myself, I've never felt that for myself. I feel like when, you know, I'm not, you know, I feel like when the people that, my team, basically, when I feel like my team is falling off or they're just like, you know, it's taking too long, because you can feel the frustration in people, you know what I'm saying? So when I get that energy from them, I start to doubt myself and I start to doubt what I'm doing, but then I get right back I snap back, because it's not too long. That's one thing people need to understand. It's a mind thing. You got to get out of it quick, you know? So once I realize that, and once I realize what I'm really doing it for, really, that's when everything comes back. I come back to reality and I get back to work.
Word. Well, shit, on that note, bro, fucking, you got any shout outs or anything you want to say before we wrap it?
So, yeah, man. Shout out to you, first of all, you know what I'm saying, for bringing me. You know, like I said, it was last minute, but it was dope that we here, you know. Shout out my manager, Mark. You know, he's behind me 100%. Shout out for Nor. He's behind me 100%. That's my big bro. Shout out Greg. Shout out Fuego, Rolo Gang. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And then shout out everybody that's pushing me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody that's on Rolling Loud. Tunde, what's his name?
Splash is on there. Fuck Geo's on there, or Baby G's on there.
Yeah, especially him. We supposed to win too. And Iceberg, all them boys, man. Yeah. Shout out to Crib. You know what I'm saying? You know, we getting it. That's what I'm here for. So.
Yeah, big shout out to Miami. Any artist from Miami that want an interview that I fuck with, you already know. Hit me up. This is the Mars Files. This is the last interview. I'm gonna end it on. Well, first I'm gonna end it on Sega. You said that's the best introduction.
Yeah, that's the best introduction.
And then I'm gonna play Gushy, which is the first song that you should listen to. Or should I do it the other way around?
Probably the other way around.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Gushy first, and then Sega. This is the Mars Files. Q.